Well, we are here. Week 16 power rankings. Let's get into it. Number 10, I've got the Eagles. Yep. We're back in the top 10. Finally, we dominated the Raiders. Yeah. Just a complete domination. And also, it's getting really hard to really pinpoint the top teams. There wasn't a lot of teams, in my opinion, that really deserve being in the top 10. So, Eagles, I would say, they get that 10th spot. We just looked really dominant, and yeah, we're in the top 10, at least for this week. Hopefully, we can build this momentum heading into going into playing the Commanders and then the Bills and then the Commanders again. So, hopefully, but right now we're 10. Hopefully, we can move up a little bit more, but now we're 10. Number 9, I got the Chargers. Not a great game. Defensively, a great game against the Chiefs, but not a great game offensively. Chargers are they're a top 10 team for sure, and they're a playoff team. They're much better than they were last year. So, putting all that together, is this going to result in playoff wins? I don't know. That's yet to be determined. That's really what this season comes down to for the Chargers. Can they win a playoff game? Something Justin Herbert has not been able to do. Will he get it done this season? It looks like it. But again, it looks like it last season, and they lost to Houston. So, we'll see. But the Chargers are currently 9. We'll see if they move up anymore. But good defensive win for them, eliminating the Chiefs. So, good win for the Chargers, but we'll see if they can continue this momentum. Number 8, I got the Jaguars. Now that was a win on all sides. It's the Jets, but the Jaguars are taking care of the teams that they need to take care of. This is a very, very easy stretch of games the Jaguars have. They got the Broncos this next week, so that's not easy. But other than that, it's been pretty easy. This is a pretty easy stretch of games for the Jaguars, and that's one of the this stretch of games right here was one of the reasons why I thought they could win the division at the beginning of the season, because after looking at the schedule, this is like similar to that sweet spot the Patriots were in at the kind of at the beginning to the midpoint of the season, between weeks like 6 and 9. For the Jaguars, it's the same thing. It's their little sweet spot of games where they're playing against not inferior levels of competition, but very low levels of competition. And they should dominate these games, and they are. So, good job, Jacksonville. They're taking care of business. And, yeah, we'll see what they can do heading into week 17, but see if they can play well against the Broncos. But, yeah. Number 7, I got the 49ers. The 49ers. The 49ers are still a surprise team, in my opinion. They're very hurt, yet they're still winning games. So good job, San Francisco. Good job. Yeah. They're winning games. They're winning games that, I mean, this week they took care of a bad team, but still they haven't been at the best. But they haven't been okay. They have not played great teams over the last few weeks. However, similar to the Jaguars, they're taking care of business despite their injuries. And yeah, That's what they're doing. It's been working for them. And we'll see if they can continue this into the coming weeks. They got the Colts on Monday night. Phillip Rivers. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the 49ers are currently 7th. We'll see if they move up anymore. We'll see what happens. Number 6. I got the Chicago Bears. The Bears are another surprise team. 10-4 start. They took care of the Browns like they should have. And yeah, they've looked really good this whole season. And we'll see what happens with the rest of the season. But their big loss was to the Packers. They're playing the Packers this week. So, in their house. Now, the one thing that a lot of Bears fans probably won't talk about if they do win is the Packers are without Micah Parsons. So that's not going to be the best for the Packers. And I think the Bears should win that game. They're at home. This is a Micah Parsons-less Packers team. So there's no reason why the Bears can't win, in my opinion. So they should win. Will they? I think they will, but we'll get into that tomorrow for tomorrow's video. The Bears are a good team. They are. They're a really good team. The real question at this point is, will they choke? Because it seems that they always seem to choke it away when they get to this point. So they just can't choke at this point. That's what they have to do. So yeah, Bears, they're number 6. Will they move up or down? We'll see. But right now I have them at 6. Number 5, I got the Texans. That's right. Houston is 9-5, and they're, in my opinion, the 5th best team in the league. I think they can be a Super Bowl team. I do. I think they're getting hot, and they're getting really good at the right time. And they're going to be a team that nobody wants to play this season. Well, for the rest of the season. Houston is really good, and I think they will win out, and I think they probably will win the division. This Texans team has shown that they are a really good team, and they continue to. They dominated the Cardinals this last week. Now they're going to be playing the Raiders. That's who they're playing. The Raiders, not a very difficult team to play. So that's another game that they should theoretically win. So we'll see. But will they? There's no reason why they shouldn't beat the Raiders. But anyway, number 4, I've got the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, these next 4 teams, in my opinion, are the top 4 and are the best 4, and like it's not even close. Like I think Houston and Chicago might be maybe a little bit close to these teams, but not close enough in my opinion. These 4 teams are separate themselves from the rest. In my opinion, okay, so this is how I think it's gonna go. You have the top team, in my opinion, and then you have 2 through 4 who don't really come close to the number 1 team right now, but are still really good. And then you have 5 through 10, which don't come close to the top 4, but are in that top 10. This is the top 4. Seattle is next in this group. Look, I think they are. I do. But I think there are a few of them that are maybe due for a collapse. and might not do his best, might not be the best that we thought they might. Seattle's not one of them. But right now I have them at 4 because they're still below the Rams. But Seattle, as of right now, is 4. I think they will probably move up to being in the top 3. Probably in the... Well, actually, no, in this next game because they're playing the Rams on Thursday. So I think if they win that game, they're in the top 3, no question, and they're going to cruise to the division title. The Seahawks are a team that I think nobody wants to play in the NFC, and I think they can do it. I do. I think they'll come out on top in the NFC ultimately. I think these are going to be the NFC champs, the Seahawks this year. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Number 3, I got the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are going to collapse, but I think they're not going to do as well. At one point, they looked like the most complete team, and they did this week, still, against the Bills. However, they allowed the Bills to come back and win, so I'm kind of putting them down right now. But I think the Patriots are still... I think there's teams that are closer to them now, like Denver and Houston, but I still think they're the team to beat in the AFC, the Patriots. But that's right now not what the record's showing. But the Patriots, they have 3 losses, the Broncos have 2, so I have to put Denver ahead of them. But New England, I think, can be a really sneaky team that I still think they're the team to beat ultimately. I think Houston can come close, and I think they probably can beat them. Same with Denver, but I still think right now they're the team to beat. Number 2, I've got the Rams. The Rams, I think, are due for a collapse. I do. Mainly it's because of who they play next. I think Seattle is they're going to be playing at home, the Seahawks, and I think the Seahawks will run them over, personally. The Rams, they barely beat the Seahawks, and they forced 4 turnovers, and they only won by 2. That shows 1 or 2 things. The Seahawks defense is that good, or the Rams offense is that bad. Because most of those points, two of those points, not 2, but like one of those touchdowns they got, I think was a defensive touchdown. And the defense put them like inside the 30. And even then, the defense was still able to hold them out and keep them out of the end zone. It only allowed them to score 3 touchdowns. And the Seahawks were put in a position to win that game, and they ultimately blew it there. But this Rams team is not all that they might be cracked up to be. If they go and sweep the Seahawks on the road this week, then obviously I'll be proven otherwise, but I don't think the Rams are all that. And I don't think they're going to win the division. Number 1, I got the Broncos. This, in my opinion, this team just doesn't come close to anyone else. I don't think any of the other teams right now come close to them. They're 12-2. They've gone on an 11-game win streak. There's no reason why they can't win. And honestly, there's no reason why they can't win the Super Bowl. Again, I am still thinking the Patriots are the team to beat right now in the AFC, but there's no reason why they can't beat them. I think they can beat them. I think they can beat anyone they play. They showed it against the Packers. They're going to show it against the Jaguars. They're going to show it again against the Chiefs. They could beat anyone. They're going to show it against the Chargers. They're going to beat them all. They will. They're going to go 15-2, and they're going to win. Because this is the true team that everyone wants to beat in the league right now. And right now, it doesn't seem like anyone can. And that's why. No matter how good of a team you have, like offensively and defensively, that doesn't matter. Because this Broncos defense can break up any offense. And then the Broncos offense can start moving the ball when they need to. So, Denver's the team to beat league-wide. The Patriots are the team to beat when it comes to everyone else in the AFC, but the Broncos are the team to beat in the whole league. They have the best record in the league. They have the best team in the league. They're just the team. They're just the best team in the league. So, those are my top 10 power rankings heading into week 16. Sorry for not posting last week. Last week I got really sick. And I'm just now starting to get over it. So videos will come out as usual this week, but last week it wasn't quite. Basically was a break. Basically I took a break. But we're back. We're back to post for the rest of the season. So yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.